Welcome back. So, in the last class, we have discussed something about cout, that is, user output. So, what is this user output? So, user output or cout is used whenever we want to print some of the data in the terminal or an output screen, so which is visible for the user. So, the whatever is printed on the terminal, the user is able to see that and feel it. So inside program, whatever is written, it doesn't matter how it is related to the user. The user only sees for the output screen, and that output can be displayed using cout. So similarly, we will be having a user input. So now, what is this user input, and why do we use this user input? User input is nothing but it is a predefined variable. It's a predefined variable that reads data from the keyword. So whenever we are trying to input some of the data into our program using the keyboard, so that is done using cin. Here user can be able to manipulate the cout. So user can change the program data using the cin. So we are giving the access for the user so that they can enter some of the data using their keyboard. And let us take a small example to learn about the cin. So I'm gonna declare a variable called as a. So instead of declaring it inside the program like a is equals to 10, what I will be doing is I will give this access. I will give this priority to the user. So by using same, and whenever you're using same, you need to use two greater than symbols, whereas for the cout you will be using two lesser than symbols. So this is a small difference between cin and cout. So I'm gonna take cin and a. So what I want to input the user is a. So that I need to write here. So here what you will be doing, you will be writing a variable which you want your user to input from the keyboard. So once it is done, I'm going to print that using cout. So I'm going to print a value. So let us be more specific by typing the user value is. So like this, we can just add the extra format of data so that we can be more specific what the user has inputted. So I'm going to write the user value is a. So let's save the program and run. Okay. So here you're able to see the cursor. So I'm gonna input 10 and click on enter. So as you can see, the user value is 10. So what is happening? The user is entering the 10 value. So this privilege is given for the user now. So to define or to assign the value of a instead of doing it inside the program. So this is how we use the scene function. So and also note that this is pronounced as C out, whereas this is pronounced as C in. So in order for this both to work, we need to include IO string. So let us take another example. We are going to build a small calculator or a simple calculator where the user will be entering the data. So for simple calculator or simple addition calculator, we need two variables and one more variables where we can store the data. So now what I will be doing, I will be taking A and B value from the user, not from the not by defining it. So I will just give that privilege to the user to input the A and B value. So once they input the A and B value, now I'm gonna add these both number and I'm going to print this number now. So instead of, let me remove this. sum equals, so what I need to print is, I need to print sum. So what I'm doing here, I'm defining three variables where two of these variables will be inputted by the user. So the user will be assigning some value. And once it is done, I'm adding those both numbers and I'm saving inside sum. So now I will be making this sum visible for the user. So we will be printing the sum here. So just save the file and run the program. So it's just giving a blank. So let me enter the first number as 10 and let me enter the second number as 20. So the sum is 30. So what is that? 10 plus 20 is 30. So this is how you use input function. So this is done during runtime. So whenever we are entering the value during the execution, so that is called as entering the value during runtime. So this is called running. So this is entered using the runtime. So the values are entered using the runtime. So this is about the scene function, and we have a small concept called as constant. So let us discuss about that constant. C++ constant. So now, what is the C++ constant? So in previous classes, we have seen where the variables a comma b is declared. These variables are called variables because the value can change each time. So I can assign a is equals to 20 here, a is equals to 20 here, whereas I can also change the value of a equals 40 here. So it just doesn't give the output. Instead, it will update the value of A whenever you find it in the last sentences. Because here it will once again assign some new value to the variable. So that is the reason we call these as variables. So sometimes there might be in hurry, like we need some constant value apart of varying. So I need to have this fixed value 20 to a. I need to stick this value 20 to a. So what can be done? So there is a process called as, there is a keyword called as const. So this is a keyword. This is a keyword. Just let me remove this everything. So I'm going to type a is equals to 20. So now the value of a is equals to 20 is fixed. But what if I try to change the value of a to 21 now? And what might be the error now? So let me just save the program and run. Assignment of read-only variable a. A is equals to 21. So what is an error? So you cannot assign some value because can you see this read-only? Read-only is nothing but const will make this a as read-only. Why? Because once it is assigned, you cannot write it. You can only read it. Read in the sense you can just print it to the output screen. So that is the meaning of this read only. So you cannot change the value to 21. You can only read it. So this is the error which is given whenever you are using const. So const is a small keyword which is used whenever you want to stick some data to a variable so that it is not changed in the further program, further lines. So this is all about the cin and constant.